Can someone explain to me how the hell is a 26-year-old girl, that's me, to find a husband in this day and age? Like, all the good ones are either taken, or the select few that aren't would rather sit home and talk to AI girls all day. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to compete with that? Where do I even start?
Welcome to the wall. Once she gets close to 30, suddenly she wants to settle down, right when the train is leaving the station and men are moving on. Today we're looking at men chase me at 20. Now they ignore me at 36-inch. Women hit the wall. Asterisk asterisk. But before we get started, hit the like button and leave us a comment. Let's get into it.
In my 20s, I could fuck anyone. Like, if they were hot,
Yeah.
like, I was just like, oh my God, yeah, look at that body. That's so hot. That's so exciting.
Right.
That's like whatever. But then I think as you age, and probably as, for me at least, like when I stopped drinking as much, it's like you do need to be emotionally stimulated by somebody or intellectually stimulated for it to kind of be excited. You want to be like, feel like you're on the same page about stuff. You want to feel excited about the person. I feel like you fuck better, not you personally, but just in general. Like,
Well, no, because I have you in watching and judging. So yeah, you're right. If you really become a Kris Jenner, you fuck a lot better when you like the person. I'm looking at the tape.
Yeah, I'm running the tapes back. All morning I've been watching tapes.
You're the Steve Madden of sex tapes. You're like, and what they did right there.
Yeah, literally. No, I think that's just an adult. That's a normal progression.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no!
I'm just wondering if anyone else can relate to this, but being single and 36 and potentially somewhat attractive without blowing smoke up my behind, do you guys that are single out there get a little bit like funny with a comment when someone says, I don't understand how you're single, or what do you mean you're single? How do you not have a partner? Like, does anyone ever feel a little bit funny about that comment? Because I know that they don't mean any harm by it at all. In fact, I'm sure they're coming from a good place. But like for me personally, when someone says that to me, I'm like, I don't know. And then like you start to like reflect internally and like self-doubt, et cetera, et cetera. But like, does anyone else feel a bit rough around that comment, or is that just me?
Stop it. Get some help.
Dating in your 30s is wild, right? If you know, you know. But I do have a question for the males out there, and also the women, if you agree and you're a little bit confused as well, like let us know what your thoughts are on this. But if you're on the apps, men, why are you then selecting the option to say figuring out my dating goals? Like what do you mean? What is this and why are you selecting that? Because look, in my opinion, if you're on the dating apps, aren't you ready to date and find your person? Like, what are you doing selecting this and what does it mean? Because if I am on the apps, which I'm not right now, but if I am and your profile says figuring out my dating goals, you're an immediate swipe left. But I'm open to knowing why you select this and what it actually means. So guys and girls, comment below and tell me your thoughts.
That's the woman who wants to be someone's wife tomorrow. Yet she just told you that in her 20s, she went after any good-looking guy just because he had a handsome face. Imagine the kind of dating history she has. But now she expects to land a high-value man. Smart, successful, a provider, because now she finally wants to settle down. Just like this second woman. At 36, she's finally decided to get serious about finding a man, but she's already 10 years too late. She may still be attractive, but the train has already left the station.
Are there any boys out there left that still appreciate natural melons? Because, I mean, I may not have absolutely massive silicone ditties, but at least they bounce when I'm on top. Can't beat that.
I'm going to be explaining guys that I think you should stay very far away from in no particular order. This is just my opinion. If you date these kind of guys, keep rocking. I saw another creator do this, so I'm going to tag her below. If he was in a frat, doesn't need a whole lot explaining. I feel like what I've experienced, frat guys just never grow up. There are a couple exceptions to the rules, but not many. If he does not have any long-term friends, there is a reason he doesn't have any long-term friends, and that is such a red flag. If he has a very, very, very close girl best friend, they be texting, they're hanging out, doing all this. I don't put up with that. Do your parents, does your dad have a girl best friend? I don't think so. If he is insecure and you show any bit of confidence and he's insecure, he's going to try to break you into a million pieces because he's so unhappy with himself, and that is just not going to be a good mix for you two. If he pulls out the highlight film of his high school sports team, that might be the worst of them all.
This message is for men that want to date and men that want to date only. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on dating a good girl. So me and my best friend Han were having this discussion last night about like first dates, and I thought I would help any of you men out if you're trying to plan a date. We've decided that Monday dates are a no-go. If somebody's trying to take you out on a Monday night, no. They're trying to use their 50% off membership at Soho House. That's the only reason someone's taking you out on a date on a Monday night, because they know they can get it half price. Tuesday is also a no. No. I would also say Wednesday's a no date day. Now Thursday is where the dates start. If I were a man, I would take a girl out on a Thursday or a Sunday. And this is why. Thursday is just before the weekend starts. You're seeing her at her prime. She's ready for the weekend. She's ready. She's been prepping all week for the weekend. So a Thursday is a great day. It's always like a vibe out. Thursdays are the new Saturdays. Like, Thursdays is a great date night day. Friday and Saturday are for the girls. Do not ask to take a girl out on a Friday or a Saturday. They're not for you. They're for the girls to be with the girls. However, on a Sunday is a great day to do a date. Sundays are my personal favourite. I think a Sunday date is great. You can go for a roast, you can go to the cinema, you can watch a movie, you can snuggle. I personally love a Sunday date because then it's Monday the next day and it kind of leaves you waiting because you know you're not going to see them on a Monday because no one goes on a date on Monday. So you know on a Sunday that you're not going to see them again for like 4 days, and it leaves that like good gap. Sunday is just the most wholesome day, and I'm a wholesome girly. My point to the story is take a girl out on a Thursday or a Sunday. Every other day we're not here for you. You're welcome.
She says that if a man shows insecurity when you're projecting confidence, you should leave him. But at the same time, she doesn't want him to have close female friends. So who's really the insecure one here? This is the kind of woman who manages to end up alone while she's still in a relationship. Bottom line, these are women who aren't wife material, and that's why they're single. And when a woman tells you she only has certain days available to see you, that's a clear sign she's scheduling dates with other men. Your Thursday night's dinner. Because a woman who's genuinely interested will make time to see you whenever you invite her.
Dating in your mid-30s is certainly interesting. I've been approached by some interesting age brackets. I'm 36. I get approached by 26-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and then I also get approached by the 45-year-olds and the 50-year-olds. And if I'm being completely honest, the younger generation just seem way more switched on in terms of their emotions, communication skills, the conversations, the able to talk about how they're feeling and what they want and where they see themselves going. It's just my experience, but the older generation of men I find really struggle with their emotions and talking and being somewhat, a good communicator. Here I am stuck in this, like, what do I do? Because also on one hand, the younger generation, like, do you want to settle down? They say they do, but I'm unsure. And then the older generation, it's almost like if you're over 40 and you're single, like, it's a bit of a red flag. Like, and I don't want to say that because I don't want to stereotype or pigeonhole an age. Everyone has their own story. But I don't know what to do. Like, I actually have a date tomorrow night with a younger guy. I'm just going to go, but I just don't know how I feel about it. Does that make sense? I'm excited to go because I'm interested and I'm intrigued. He's attractive, but am I also wasting my time? And that's how I feel before these dates. I'm like, well, he's 20-something years old. Is this just going to be a waste of a good outfit?
God damn it! You can't make this this shit up.
And you know what? While we're on the topic, can someone please explain to me the unwritten rules of who should contact who on the day of the date? So it's Friday. The date is tonight, supposedly. I haven't heard from him for a couple of days, and I only know the place of the restaurant. I don't have a time. I don't have a follow-up message. I don't have anything. I personally don't want to message him and say, hey, just confirming, because I've given myself the ick already thinking about it. And I just think that that is a blue job. What do I do? SOS.
Can we talk about confidence for a second? Because I think so many people look at confident people and think, wow, they've just got it like that. They were just born like that. Just built differently. Sweetie, no. No. Definitely not. Confidence is built. I said it. I promise you now, the person you are looking at thinking, how are they doing that so confidently? Is probably just as scared as you and in their head thinking, what am I doing? Have the same moments of you, of the doubt that, do I actually belong here? I think the difference is some people will let that fear stop them. They will get that voice, they will get that nagging, and that's enough for them to stop what they are doing. And the flip side of it is some people will get that exact same feeling, those exact same thoughts, and they will still do it anyway. That's confidence. That's belief in themselves. Confidence is not walking into every room knowing exactly what you are doing. Confidence is walking in, not having a clue of what you're doing, but trusting yourself so much that you know you're going to figure it out. You don't need to stress, you don't need to worry, because you're going to figure it out. Because I feel when people look at someone at the top, they think, oh my goodness, that's incredible. But they didn't just wake up and become an expert and just roll out of bed as CEO. No one wakes up naturally amazing at something and practice and fail and feel awkward and get back up and try again. And that is how confidence is built. Confidence is failing, getting up, trying again, and keep going. Sometimes it's showing up before you fully feel ready. How you talk and speak to yourself is everything. If you speak life into yourself, you will find that you will have so much more confidence, because you are physically teaching your mind, your brain, that you can do it, you can do anything. Everything scary that you do teaches your brain, oh wait, I did that, I can do that. And from that, the next thing feels less scary, and the next thing feels less scary after that. And you get the gist. Then suddenly, the version of you who was so terrified is doing the exact thing that you originally thought that you couldn't do. You have to speak life into yourself. You have to wake up each day, looking yourself in the mirror, knowing that you can do it, knowing that you are strong, knowing that you are beautiful, knowing that you are kind and you are caring, and that you have the drive to do what you want to do. You have to start, then the confidence will meet you there.
And then she wonders why her love life keeps falling apart. She's 36 years old and looking for guys between 22 and 26. That's 10 years younger than she is, or more. But if a man did the same thing, she'd immediately start talking about how that girl's frontal lobe isn't fully developed and all the usual nonsense. But here's why she goes after them. Because of the feeling. Ma'am, a guy under 30 will tell you whatever you want to hear if it gets him into your bed. Meanwhile, a 40-year-old man knows better than to open up completely right away. He knows what he wants, and he knows what he's looking for in a woman. But she'd rather stay on the carousel. That's why the guy never confirms the date. Because she's chasing younger men who obviously aren't looking for a woman who's more than 10 years older than they are. Common sense isn't so common after all.
Women.
We've reached the end of the video. But before you go, here are a couple of questions for you. Why do you think a 36-year-old woman avoids men her own age and prefers dating men who are 10 years younger? Do you think a woman who sees her partner's friends and social life as a threat is really relationship material? Or is that a sign the dating market has already made its decision? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot and motivates us to keep creating content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.